All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about headers and quick tips and what applications might you consider put headers on for a reason, and what cars in this world have absolutely no use whatsoever to have headers on them. There's absolutely no reason other than, oh, I heard headers make my car go fast, I'm gonna order me a set out of Summit Jigs magazine. I'm gonna put some shorty headers that neck down to a single exhaust pipe on my 1984 Chevrolet Camaro. I just got back from No Name Nationals down in Missouri. It was a big YouTube gathering. We got to meet a lot of people and it was a really good time, and I've got good footage on that that's coming your way. But I'm in the moment I'm working on this, and I'm having an excellent time. So you'll get the No Name Nationals footage when I get it all put together. I dealt with a problem like this once before in my life on my brother's friend's 87 Monte Carlo that had a 305 in it with shorty headers that neck down to a single exhaust. This is a 350 with shorty headers that neck down to a single exhaust. Now, not only is it just a 350, but it's an 87 and up style 350 with tiny little microscopic peanut port heads that do nothing and don't flow and make no power over 4,000 RPMs. So I got back. Let me gather my thoughts here. We got back from No Name Nationals, and the next day I took this car out for a drive. I went to a restaurant, got some food, and on the way home the car started acting up, and it progressively got worse. Breaking up. So I'm like, well, either we have a carb problem, which I don't think we do, or this feels like an ignition problem. So I got home and I tore the distributor cap off, and it looked like the Titanic in there. There was all kinds of buildup of barnacles and rust and crust and dirt. And I was like, oh, well, there's the problem. That's why this car ain't running worth a shit. So I pull one of the plugs to see how it's running, just see what condition the plugs are in. And they're not terrible, except for the tip of the plug where it meets the spark plug wire. I already cleaned this one up. That was just nothing but pure brown rust. And now somebody's calling me because they know I'm making a video. Hang on. So as I was saying, I pulled that plug out because that was the first one I could actually see. The moral of the story I'm going to drive home in the end is this car should 110% not have headers. They're doing nothing for it. This thing would flow just as well with a log type exhaust manifold. And the reason I'm saying all this and I'm complaining and I had a problem with my brother's friend's car is you tell me where the plugs are on this. No, cylinder number 4 is right there. It's not in there. There's one you really can't get to, and I had to use a boxed wrench. I can't get a ratchet in here. Where's cylinder number 6? And cylinder number 8 is in there somewhere. Maybe it's in there. Maybe this car, maybe it's a 7-cylinder. I don't know. And because it's an inferior Chevrolet where they put the spark plugs under the exhaust, you know, not on top where it should be. Like here, I'll give you an example of a properly built and properly engineered engine, like a quality of a fine Oldsmobile. Let's take a look how easy it would be to get to the plugs on this car, even if it had headers. Even if you had headers on this thing. Oh my God, look, there's a plug, there's a plug, there's a plug, and there's the other one. All right, that's 1, 3, 5, and 7. Let's go over to 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh wow, there's number 2. You can get right to on either side. Oh look, 4, 5, and you know, or 5. Number 8 would be a little bit of a pain in the ass to get to, but it's not impossible. And it's only because of the AC box. The whole idea of having headers and the theory behind them is that when you got a set of heads that flow really good and you got a good camshaft that has a good amount of overlap, you know, where the exhaust valve is still open a little bit as the intake valve's starting to open, so it helps pull the intake charge in. The headers would help pull a vacuum and scavenge that new fuel charge in and pull the old exhaust out. This isn't doing anything to this car. These heads don't flow. This thing makes zero power. The cam in this thing does not have the kind of overlap you would need to take advantage of with a set of headers. This is the product of, I like cars, I know how to turn bolts and wrenches, and I heard headers make power, so I'm gonna put headers on my no flowing small 350 that has stock specifications with the worst set of heads that Chevy ever put on these engines. They're the throttle body injection style heads from that era, like a 92 Chevy pickup truck would have. Even though it's got a carbureted intake on it, it's still the same shitty TBI heads. So if you're watching this and you're considering putting headers on your trailer park Ferrari, whether it be a Chevy truck, Camaro, I don't care what it is, don't waste your time. You're only gonna waste your money and your labor of time, and you're gonna make the car harder to work on when it comes to service it. And to be honest, I don't know how I'm gonna get some of these plugs out. On third gens, you have to do the passenger rears from underneath the car. That goes without saying. Everybody knows that knows these cars. I'm just afraid that when I get under this car, I'm not gonna be able to get to them because the wrench is smacking tubes from the headers. If I had the money, I'd probably take this to my buddy's shop and have him rip all this stuff off, put a set of regular manifolds on it, and rebend the exhaust to line up to him. I am extremely aggravated. Oh, yeah, you'll like this. Isn't that pretty? So you could pretty much imagine how the car was running. It started to act up, and then it just progressively got worse as I was trying to go home. It went from, wait, something wrong, let me turn the radio off, to, oh yeah, something's definitely not driving right, to, ah, shit, I hope this thing makes it home. So that's your useful and entertaining video today. It should be called Useful Aggravation. Don't put headers on your hillbilly race car because it's not going to help. Not going to do anything. It's going to make your life and or the future owner's life miserable. So on that note, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy and have a good one. And don't drive a piece of shit like that. That was just, well, I can't say because YouTube will demonetize my video. See you later.